I love that ending. You know, it is always a thing. It is always a thing. Good evening, everybody. My name is Linda Murray Bullard. They call me the Business Plug, and you've just tuned into the Business Plugs Mixer. And I have a treat for you. So I had to sound the alarm, right? I've been sounding the alarm today because my guest was unable to be with me today, and hopefully you'll get to see her next week. But I was calling out to call my girls and say, "Hey, what you doing around 7 o'clock?" Because I need me to get somebody on the show, right? Get somebody on the platform. And I was calling around and shout out to all of y'all who reached back out to me and I didn't see it. Shout out, hold it to my head and not my heart. But I checked and I didn't see anything. And then finally everything started coming through. And I'm like, okay, wait a minute. We already booked. So yeah, but I promise, we'll get together later. But what I want to tell you about before I let my esteemed guest come on, I want to tell you about contracts. I want to tell you about sustainable income. I want to tell you about how to get your business recurrent income so that you can, it's all about positioning. If I can help you to position your business so that you can get contracts and grants and investments, then reach out. The information is wherever you're listening to this video, wherever you're watching or listening to this video, you can connect with me. And tomorrow I start work. So, so this is like a weekend evening kind of thing. But tomorrow I start work. And so until, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm excited about it. I haven't been employed in 6 years, 6 years, but I'm now employed. I'm an employee. Yeah, I am. And I'm happy about it. So if you need help, support, getting position, please reach out in the links. If you would like to be on the show, I'd love to have you. So that link is also wherever you're listening to this video, wherever you're watching it, listening to it. Go ahead and click on the likes and follows and follow us and let us give you your feedback. We love comments. If you have something to say, then go ahead and comment here. Or if you're watching the replay, let us know you're seeing the replay. I get more people watching when I'm doing the replay. But the whole goal is for me to give you business conversations by business people for business people. And with that said and done, I'd like to introduce you to my girl. We go a long way back, but she is going to tell you about hospitality and what she's been up to. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, LJ, the motivator. Hey there, Lisa J.
Hey.
Look, I'll
How
call
you doing, Linda, the plug?
I'll call you by your government name.
Yeah, my government name.
How are you?
I am doing well. I've been going through a lot of things, but you know what? The only way to go is up.
That's it. Go through and not stop, right? If you're going through,
That's
through.
it.
Don't stop. Absolutely. So
Don't
tell
stop.
the audience who haven't seen you in quite some time, tell them who you are and what you do.
So I am LJ, the hospitality maven, and I have been in hospitality for 20 plus years, and I adore it. I'm an author and a motivational speaker, a transformational speaker. I just love to talk.
I love that about you.
Uplifting people and helping them become their best self.
I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. And so what does
So
you're a hospitality expert. So tell us what that means.
So I've worked my way up from concierge level up to all the way to platinum sales manager, all the way up to task force. So task force, I have traveled 35 of the states and helped hotels and all these places, and it's been an amazing experience. So my specialty is sales and relationship building. So that's what I love to do in every aspect of my life.
I love that. I love that. Now that's what you do for the job. What do you do for the business? LJC Motivation.
So I am a motivator. I have so many I'm a connector. I like to connect people to other people. If I can't do it, I know somebody that can. So like to impart teaching, training, culture. Oh, there I go.
Yeah, your internet's trying its best not to let you be great. It is trying, but that's okay.
Oh my goodness.
We gonna hang in there because the replay is gonna be awesome. That's why StreamYard has a thing for that. They put it all together and it all works. So that's why I love StreamYard. Shout out to StreamYard. So yeah, so tell us what does that look like when you are training organizations how to treat their staff
Amen.
or
Shout out.
so tell us
So,
about what it is.
mm, oh my gosh, I didn't hear you.
Okay, so tell us what it means when you're going in, like what the motivation work you do
One more
for
time.
organizations. What does that encompass?
So I have been through so many things in my life. I mean, from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows. So when you are a motivator, and motivation can only last as long as you let it last. But
Yeah,
the thought of me is I want to be able to say something to change your mindset. I am really a mindset changer. And that's what the goal is, because if your mindset is poor, your actions are going to be poor. Your thoughts are going to be poor. So we just have to, I want to go in and help people. People come to me, they just want to talk. I want to listen and want to see what can I do to help them become the best version of themselves.
I love that. I love that. That is excellent. That is excellent. And so, does it matter where they are, or what part of life they're in right now, or do you catch them where they are?
I catch people where they are. Somebody called me where I am. God
That
did that. And so, so just to find, people, when you have a job or you're a salesperson or you're a coach, whatever, sometimes we don't just listen. Let's just
mm,
stop and listen and see what it is that they need for real, for real. Because if
yeah,
we just be a listening ear, we'll get to the roots of the problem and not the fluff of the
yeah,
social media, but the root of the problem. And so
absolutely,
that's where I come in.
absolutely,
And I
absolutely.
love that.
Yeah. And so, like a lot of times in leadership positions, a lot of the people have been, they get elevated up, right? And so
Hmm.
they don't always have leadership skills. They do have task skills, like they know how to get the job done, but they don't have
Hmm.
leadership skills. So, can you speak to
And
that?
that, who, please let me speak to that. So, some, I have seen somebody get hired, and this is just ringing in my head. I saw someone get hired. It's an older person, and they had a director title. But as time went on, I'm an observer, and I said, "What? This person can't even print a receipt. How is he a director?" And so then I started watching how they moved around the hotel. Little mess started here and there. I believe that if when you're hiring leadership, you got to have proof that they know what they're doing. You can
Yeah,
train some skills, but when you come into a hotel or a business that's already failing, you got to have somebody that's coming there to work
you're
and
right.
they know
You're
their
right.
stuff. You
You're
can
right.
drop me down anywhere in a sales department, baby. I'm coming out bringing you some money.
And I
So
think
it's
that's
it's
what it
all
is.
about being. If you're gonna be a leader,
Absolutely. Absolutely. And
if
so,
you're gonna be a leader,
mhm.
be a leader.
Right. I agree with that.
Go
I
ahead.
agree
I'm
with
sorry.
No, 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 you're fine. And we have a bit of a delay here. So we're going to try
Go
to
ahead.
work with it. But here's the thing. When you say a leader, what are the attributes that you have determined that a leader must have?
First of all, you have to be approachable. You have to know your job. So if you know your job, then if somebody comes on board, if you're above them, you're supposed to be able to know their job too. And you can at least guide them along the way if they need it. And so being a leader is having one voice and one sound, like a culture. The culture
Mhm.
of the place needs to be one voice, one sound. If a customer come in and say, "Oh, Lisa didn't speak to me," or "This girl had an attitude with me," my leader is going to know that that is not true, because he knows who I am,
Absolutely.
and he can stand behind me and who I am. And so
Mm.
that to me is just so vital in these jobs today. These companies, nobody sticks behind nobody. I'm a little
every,
passionate about that.
every man for themselves.
That's what it feels like out here in this world sometimes. Every department for itself, and it can't be like that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. One band, one sound, right?
That's it. That's it.
Absolutely. I love that. I love that. And so when you're talking about, so what as an employee, right? Because you've been in the hospitality industry
Mhm.
for a long time and you've seen all kind of ropes and switches and ups and downs and all the things. And so someone wanting to get in
Right.
the industry, what do you think are the basic attributes of a person wanting to be in a leadership position in hospitality?
You got to have a heart. That
Say
you
it
got
again.
to. If you do not have a heart for people, you got to have a heart for the people.
Yeah.
If you don't have a heart to serve, this is not the industry. It's just not for you, because hospitality is a serving industry, and we don't even have to be in the industry. We have to be hospitable to each other. So as a
Yes.
leader, if you don't come in knowing how to be hospitable, how you going to be a leader over here where it demands that you be hospitable?
Absolutely.
What
Absolutely.
you going what the people go glean from? Nothing from nothing leaves nothing. So you got to bring something. I'm very passionate. I'm so sorry.
That's all right. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Because a lot of times, because I always think about the way people are wired, like knowing yourself, right? And so when you're talking about being of service to other people, that is an attribute that you have to have before you get to the job.
You better say it. You got to have it. My foundation in my home, I got hospitality when I was growing up. My mama is hospitality. My sister, my family, we are servants to people, and we
Mm,
love people. So me being in hospitality was just like a natural thing for me, because I can anticipate the need of others.
yeah.
And I
Yeah.
love that.
Absolutely. I love that about
It
you.
makes them happy.
Yeah, I love that about you. I do. I really love that about you because you've always been the advocate for the employee as you support the leader. You've always been both.
Absolutely. That's
Yeah,
perfectly said.
always, yeah, you've always been both. I mean, always trying to understand from the frame of reference from the employee, but still understanding also the duality of that with the leaders, like how because
It's,
a lot of times they clash, right? They have different
yes.
views. Yeah, yeah, I have seen
Yeah.
you work. I've seen you work, and I notice how you also bring in like you are an evangelistic approach to how you do what you do. Yeah, and I
I
like
have to do it. I love it, because you know what? You gotta be when you come in for task force or you come into these hotels, somebody gotta be listening. And if the
yeah,
leader not listening, employee not listening, I want to be that person to just kind of observe and say, "Hey, what about this? Or what about that?" And see if we can come together. Because if you can't come together in any kind of business, we fail as a team. And
yes.
we during this time right here, we don't want to fail. We want to make money. We want to
Everybody
make
want to
people
be happy.
happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make your clients happy. You know what make today is the 1 year anniversary of one of my clients I had when I worked in Greenville. She got married. I did her wedding. And I'm going to send her a little note and let her know how much I love her. And, it's those things. I may never see her again, but she remembers me and I remember her. And we
Uh-huh.
have a bond.
Yeah,
And so I try to keep those relationships alive. I don't try, I do it.
absolutely. Absolutely. I believe you do it. I
Oh,
truly
there we
believe
go.
you do it. I truly believe you do it. I believe you. Because I've seen you, like I said, I've seen you work. And so when you're talking about the things that you help organizations correct, like who should be contacting you to bring you in to have that talk?
I'm so sorry. I missed that.
That's okay. That's okay. We are working with the technology
This,
we're given. So what I said was,
I,
who should be looking for you? Who should be trying to get in touch with you? Who is your ideal client?
my ideal client is a leader that wants to understand their employees, that care enough to understand their employees and to see that they do not have a foundation. If
Mm,
there is no standard of operation and everybody doing what they want to do, you cannot have a good culture. If there's no good culture, nobody believes, the employees don't believe that the leaders got their back. The leaders think the employees lazy. We got to come together because right now everybody needs their job. Let's work together. Let's work together and make it wonderful. In hotels right now, it's people still getting married. People
yep.
still taking trips.
Yep.
We may as well make them comfortable
Yeah.
because when it comes down to it, a hotel is nothing but a building, some rooms, some meeting space. What makes any hotel stand out against the other? It's you. It's the salesperson, it's the team, it's the front desk. That's what makes us stand out. And we have to work towards that.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. And that's the thing, because hotels are not inexpensive these days, right?
Mm-mm,
People are paying a
mm-mm.
pretty penny. Like there's the $49 a night is no longer the standard. It's no longer the standard. So
Yeah,
people are
no.
paying, yeah, they're paying their hard-earned money to have an experience. Would you agree?
Experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You remember one time we traveled out and we had to take some stairs
Girl,
because the elevator was messed up. We were 38 high.
they didn't tell us that the rate was good though. The room rate was on
The,
point. However,
the
we
rate was good.
nobody told
However,
us that they didn't have an elevator, and I think he put us on the third floor.
absolutely. We had been standing up all day and had that big old trunk of clothes. Lord have mercy. So that customer service made me mad. There was no.
I think that was a lack of customer service. I don't think that was
It was
customer
the
service.
lack. It was not there. It was not there.
That was hilarious though. We were not happy. And thank
No.
God it was just for the night. We stayed for
Yep.
yeah, that was
But we had already done the magnificent work.
yeah,
So,
we had already done the work. Yeah, yeah, we had done the work. But that right there was an episode. That was
that
truly an
was
episode.
it was something. Learning
Absolutely.
experience.
A very good learning experience about now. Do you have an elevator? Yeah.
That part. That part. Oh my.
The rate. So sometimes the rate just don't get it. I mean, even with a nice rate, if you're on the
Hmm.
third floor, and the fact that the stairs were outside, these were not even inside stairs. They were outside.
We was huffing and puffing. It was bad. But it was okay because they did have a decent bed and a hot shower. Amen.
They had that. That
They
they did. That they
they
did.
did.
But
They
then
did
going
that.
outside and up those steps. third flight of stairs with your luggage, and you have the big suitcase, not the little one,
Yeah,
the big
that
one.
wasn't for the week. We wasn't weak, but we was tired.
We were tired. We were tired coming and going. Like
All right.
goodness, baby. Woo. But yeah, I had forgotten all about that. But yeah, you're true. That was not a good experience. It could have been. There were some places they could have been better. And so
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like the hospitality, I entitled this "The Hospitality of Life," like in life in
Ooh.
general, right?
Yes. Yes.
Life in
And
general.
so yesterday I had to speak at it was called the Walkaway Picnic, and it was for domestic violence.
Mm,
I was listening to all those stories and thinking about um how these ladies had to learn how to be hospitable to themselves
mm,
in order to walk away from what was not serving them.
mm.
You, you know, when you try to walk away from something, a job, a relationship, or something like that, it's sometimes familiarity will keep you locked in.
Yeah, yeah,
And you don't want to be locked in, but you don't know what to do. So the foundation for me is if we can all learn to be hospitable to ourselves first,
yes,
love yourself first, and
yes,
then that love you have for others, it will be able to flow out a little bit better
yeah,
because you understand that you need to love other people.
yeah,
And so, yeah, so I just believe that hospitality, it goes beyond the industry. It's a one-on-one thing and a self thing.
yeah.
I heard this right here the other day. The highest form of accountability is self-love.
Mm. Oh, that's
If
good.
if we could be accountable to ourselves, to love ourselves first, and I'm guilty. I put everybody before me for so long, and it took so much for me to get back to who I was. I
Uh-huh.
had to leave my family, my kids, everybody, and start getting on the road working before I realized, hey, I, I'm a totally different person. I'm not a bootlicker no more.
A bootlicker.
A bootlicker. I don't have to do that because that does not, it was not serving me. It was killing me and serving others.
I love the fact that you said no. I am all on this kick about knowing thyself, right? And
Yes,
I'm teaching
absolutely.
people about post procrastination, like how to get past procrastination, and it encompasses learning yourself, like learning how you operate and understanding who you are, not in
Right,
who people say you should be, not in who, not in who you've been taught to be, but how you truly walk through life,
right,
like
absolutely.
your whole essence of who you are. And then after you understand who you are, there are so many tools and strategies out here to help you to be great in your own realm. You don't have to worry about being what somebody else thought you should be or being
Mm-mm,
what you've been taught to be. You can be truly who you are, just knowing who you are.
absolutely. And you know, a lot of people that I know that they're like, well, the area that I'm in, the niche that I'm in is saturated. No, it's not you. It's so many speakers out here. It's so many hospitality executives out here, but ain't nobody like me because
Exactly.
I live and breathe this stuff. They may not have that. They may be the numbers person. I'm not that person. So you got to get in where you fit in and be okay in knowing that what you have, nobody else has. Your
Absolutely.
voice will matter.
Absolutely. You know, I teach entrepreneurship, and that's one of the things I tell them. You can have, I had some guys that had I think you remember, they had the paint shops were right next door to each other.
Oh yeah.
But they all did their own thing in a different way. One
Hmm.
did like the custom paints back to classics where it was. One did like the designs, that the candy and all the different things on the cars. And then the
Right.
third one did the paint that changes colors and glows and all that. They
Right.
were they were able to work side by side doing the exact same thing, painting cars, but they all had their own spin on what they were doing, which made them
Absolutely.
be able to cohabitate. And so I think that's the thing is you can't let people scare you. I help
Mm-mm.
business, I help people speak, I help people teach business. one of my students, Marshawn Hartnett, she does exactly what I do today. Starting out, she was one of my mentors, one of my mentees, and now look at her. She's doing all kind of things and running a business and helping marriages and doing
Yeah.
insurance and doing, she's doing all the things. Like,
All over the place. I love it.
yeah, but you can't be so intimidated in your own self
Right.
that you think that there's not enough room for you. Because I always like to think that each of us has at least 10,000 people we're supposed to serve.
I love that.
Each, and I take it from Maya Angelou, who said, "I rise as one, but I stand as 10,000."
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
I love that.
And
Yep.
so I said, 10,000, at least 10,000 people we're supposed
Mm-hmm.
to serve. And so, but you can't be timid and you can't be intimidated
Mm-mm.
by the playing field. You just play your
Right.
lane.
Just do your lane.
Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
do your lane.
Just do your lane. I love that. I love that. And so if somebody's watching this, what is something you want them to take away from this conversation?
Listen, whatever it is that is bothering you in yourself, before you think about your family, your friends, your kids, anybody, before you step out that door, whatever is going on within you, and nobody may not know, but
Mm,
sit with yourself, get you a pad and pen, and write that thing out. Write down some pros and cons. Why do I feel this way? Ask yourself some hard questions. Because if we do not get our mental together with the way the world is right now, we're going to be jacked up. So
absolutely.
we got to be one with ourselves before we can help anybody or before we can give a word of advice to anybody. You know what the saddest thing to me is? Somebody asked this question. When was the last time that you gave a motivational speech when you were feeling at your worst?
Mm.
How many times have I been silently screaming while I'm telling other people, you
Mm.
can do it? You
Ooh.
can do it. I believe in you. But on the inside, I go home. This is a perfect example. I did Thrive 2025. My mama was sick. It was the first time that I realized she was really sick. And I kept saying, Mama, can you see what I have on? She wouldn't even open her eyes for me. She's 92. She wouldn't even open her eyes for me. And so I kept waiting and waiting and waiting for her to say something. I drove to that place in tears. But when I gave that speech and I looked at all those beautiful faces, I gave the best of me and I left it on the stage. And
Mm.
when I saw myself, I looked like a chunky up there, but the words I was saying, baby, I
Hey,
felt that for myself. It uplifted me.
I love it.
So sometimes we are prone to push past our pain.
Oh
But
yeah.
right here, you better find somebody to talk to because I'm going to do it. Find somebody to talk to because people are going nuts. But I'm asking you to get with yourself, go outside, breathe, connect with the earth, look at the sky, do something that don't cost money, and get a hold of yourself and
Mm.
love yourself. That's what I
Absolutely.
got.
I love that. I love that. Thank you. Thank you for that because it is needed. We really need to check in. I saw a report that said that every day we need to ask ourselves, are you all right? Like mental check in. Ask
Absolutely.
yourself, are you all right? And then how you answer that honestly, to that own self be true. How you answer that should help you to navigate which way you need to go. If you need to get help, like I believe in Jesus and a therapist,
Amen.
you know, hey, that's what I believe. But I also believe that we have stigmatized it and made it. You can break your arm, you can do something with your blood pressure, you can have your kidneys, anything else in the body. We have been taught that you can go to get help for that, right? You need to go
Right.
to a specialist who specialize in that thing. But when it comes to the way we think in our mental, in our brain, and how we function, oh, no, no, no. That means you're crazy. Oh, no,
Mm.
no, no. Don't talk about that. Oh, no,
Yep.
no, no. We have stereotyped that and stigmatized it at the yang where people feel like, well, if something's wrong with my brain and something's wrong with me. And
Right.
here's the thing. You can take your meds and have your great life, the best life, simply by just taking your meds. But
Right.
understanding that you need meds to cope is the
That's
first
the
step.
That's it. And that adage, that saying, what goes on in this house stays in this house, or sweep, you'll be okay. Just sweep that under the rug. It's in the past. No, if it's still bothering you and killing you, we need to talk about it.
Yeah, absolutely. It needs to come out of you. And
Yes.
it's your perspective. You know,
Mm,
I had to raising these guys, my boys, raising them when they went to when they went to therapists, right? Because their jobs required it. But they go to therapy and things, and the therapist talk to them, different culture. They had to learn some cultural sensitivity. But other than that, understanding from their frame of reference that they're real, their truths are their truths. And being
right.
willing to hear it with an open heart and an
Right.
open mind, right? Because a lot of
Right.
times when you're the parent, hearing it come this way, you may feel
Woo.
some kind of way about it. But if that's their truth, that's their truth.
That's their truth.
However
That's
it
their
is.
truth.
Yeah. So parents of adult kids, honey, hang in there. We're gonna be all right.
We gonna be. Oh, and let me say this on the family that prays. The movie, some movie. Alfred Wood is sat on a bench with Kathy Bates, and she said, "I love my children, but I'm
Yeah.
not gonna let them kill me." When you raising grown children, I mean, when you raising children, you did the best you could with the perspective that you knew, with the
Hey,
things that you knew, and that's all you had.
absolutely.
So be okay with that.
Absolutely. Because many of us are struggling with our own struggles while we're trying to make sure this child has a wholesome life.
That part. And
And
then when
so,
it gets grown, it may not be as wholesome as we thought it was, but we did the best we knew how.
hey, it could have been a lot worse.
That part.
When you hear the stories of other situations, you're like, okay, I don't get a medal for this, don't want a medal for this, but thanks be to God that he kept me on the straight and narrow and I was able to bring it on
Amen.
through, you know?
Amen. That's right.
So yeah, but thank you for your yes. Thank you for allowing me to come short time. We haven't talked in a long time, and
I
it has
know.
been my pleasure to have you on my show.
My
It's really
pleasure.
it has been my pleasure. I have your links wherever they're listening to this interview, and if anyone wants to reach out and learn more about the hospitality expert, she's also LJ the motivator to me forever and always. Go ahead and reach out to her because she has been doing this for quite some time and she can walk you through and get you back together. Like if you feel like things you just need a good word. You need somebody to help
That's a good word.
direct you and guide you through. My girl is the girl. She is the girl.
Hello.
Yes, she
I
is
um
the girl.
I look at LinkedIn all the time. LinkedIn is my number one platform. I adore
Okay.
LinkedIn, and I have Lisa J. Well, LJC Motivations on Facebook.
Uh-huh.
I took down my website because I want to do something different. I have a
Okay.
different perspective, so
All
I took
right.
it down.
All right. Well, we need to get them because I gave them your I gave them your website. So if I need to give them
Uh-oh.
something else, yep. So if I need to give them something else, but I did tell them on our social media how to find you. So,
Yes, ma'am. That's perfect.
so
Yeah.
I did do that. So yeah.
Okay.
So
Thank
they
you.
need to reach out to you and have a conversation and go ahead and let's just go forward and go up, right?
Yeah. Let's go up.
Let's go up. Let's go up from here. Absolutely. Again, thank you, thank you, thank you. And so
My
I'm going to
pleasure.
close out. My name is Linda Murray Bullard. They call me the business plug, and I just plugged you in to Lisa J. Crawford, the motivator, who is here for hospitality expert and a transformational speaker and motivator. So if you need her services, click on the link that's in the chat or go search her social media by her name, and you'll see that there too. So have a great one, everyone. Until next week, 7:00 p.m. This is Linda Murray Bullard, the business plug, saying have a great week, everyone. Good night.
Good night.